What is going on, guys? We got our third Trial by Fire update coming tomorrow, Tuesday, April 30th. We'll be seeing an assortment of different updates to the game, everything from 2 new elite sets that we'll talk about here in a second, a combined arms update, and some interesting game changes like a controlled roll feature and more armor you can carry in Firestorm. But let's first talk about the 2 new elite classes coming tomorrow. Now, these are not elite classes like from Battlefield 1 that give you gameplay improvement, but these are purely cosmetic skins with a little bit more extra stuff for DICE to justify putting these completely behind a paywall. So you will have to use real world money if you want to unlock these. The blog focused today more on character development than anything else, as it seems like DICE wants to create a story and try to make this as immersive as possible. I believe that's the intent that they're going for. We haven't had any information on price. We'll find more about that tomorrow, which will be pretty interesting considering it's just a unique skin with a character voiceover that we don't know what sounds like yet. Do note that in the fine print for the blog today, the character voiceover doesn't work for Firestorm, so do keep that in mind. You'll also get an exclusive assignment to unlock each character's melee weapon, with Seamus having the lever pipe to unlock and Erst having the K98 bayonet. But as far as I'm concerned, that's it. I hope I'm not missing anything because it does sound a bit underwhelming. It's nice at least to know there's no pay-to-win system in Battlefield 5, so these aren't going to affect your gameplay. But it would be nice to see cosmetic items be more exciting to buy. I know this could be very subjective, so I'm not trying to ruin it for those who think this is cool and want to buy it. There's no problem with that. You do you. But for me, I wish there was more like a special melee takedown or a couple of them. That would be really cool. I really wish there were emotes in the game, actually. I mean, we don't have to take it to the extremes of like Fortnite, but emotes that would have a good Battlefield sense to them. Like, I bet there would be so many people in Battlefield who would buy an emote of their character just being able to salute. Like, imagine having your character be able to run around and like salute other players or certain things like that. Like, things that would make sense on the battlefield to do, and not kind of, you know, things that are kind of archaic like that Fortnite had brought in. But I don't know. That seems a bit too simple, but let's move on to other things that is coming in this update. For instance, we have Combined Arms is going to get its update that will finally have matchmaking, so you'll be able to party up with randoms, now making it easier to get into a full squad when you want to battle the AI. It's also getting 2 Fiel 652 map missions. Right now we have 2 missions on Arras, Twisted Steel, Rotterdam, and Hamada. So given we'll be getting Fiel 652, won't have me surprised in the future if we see the rest of at least the launch-based maps like Devastation, Aerodrome, and Narvik to find themselves getting their own missions as well. Now, when it comes to gameplay improvements, I'm not going to go through the whole patch notes, but you can check out the full list in the comments below. But we're getting some things I want to highlight, such as the improved end round victory screen for those who win in Firestorm. Here's how the end round screen will look now. So DICE is trying to make it feel less underwhelming for us when you get your end round victory. We're also seeing an increase in armor capacity that will allow you to carry now 5 instead of 3 armor pieces. So essentially you can have a level 3 armor equipped, and if you get shot and lose all your armor, you won't have to unload completely all your armor in your inventory, but you'll now have 2 extra ones left over for backup, which is pretty nice in my opinion. It kind of helps a bit when like the main thing I always try to do when I'm trying to loot a downed enemy player is to go for the armor, and considering how bad looting has been, it is nice to have this, you know, little update here because it makes it kind of less intensive for me to have to go and loot that player. But we haven't seen anything in this update about the looting improvements, but you'll be sure to know that I'll be watching that closely to see when we get any new details about what exactly they're going to do about the whole looting system. And finally, here's a cool feature coming in this update, the new landing roll feature that now gives you the option to choose whether you want to roll or not to roll when you are landing. All you need to do is push the crouch button to activate the roll, and this will instead cause you to reduce your fall damage by 40 HP. So that's pretty cool in my opinion, to have more options for players to how they want to land. There's a little bit of a drawback, as the roll does take a little bit more time than if you were to land doing a heavy land, where you'd have to gather yourself as you basically crouch all the way down to the ground, have to stand all the way up, but you won't lose much health doing that. So it's up to you if you want to land quicker and lose some health, or take a little bit longer to land and not lose as much health. The developers did let us know that don't try to land roll from jumping off the bridge on Twisted Steel. You'll end up dying doing that. It's only good for jumping off things like houses or something with similar type of height. But those are some of the highlights. There's of course a full list of the patch notes in the comments below, where you'll find more things like the increased smoke thickness and coverage by regular smoke grenades that I had to point out because I do love my smoke grenades, and it is nice to finally see that get improved, because sometimes when you throw the smoke grenade down to try to revive a teammate or something like that, it doesn't seem like it does anything at all. So hopefully that helps it out just a bit. But that's basically it for you guys today. Again, I always appreciate you guys being here. I'm Livin, and I'll catch you guys again later.